Welcome to Wisdom Hour today. Our question for today is about hair loss. From a young age, I've tended to shed a lot of hair, most noticeably on the right side of my head. I'm curious about the cause of my hair loss and what I can do to stop it. Okay, so it doesn't sound like it's is it a really serious problem? No, so it sounds like it's not like alopecia or something, where, whoa, I've got no hair left. No, it sounds like it's probably more, I just brush my hair and I seem to lose a lot of hair. Okay. Happy to work with this. Give me a goal. The goal is to think, to stay in my place of comfort. To stay in my place of comfort so that my body doesn't get upset and protest. To stay within my comfort. It's like my comfort zone, is it? Yeah. So sort of like staying within your comfort zone so that you don't get stressed and that your body doesn't start to protest about what you're doing or whatever. Okay, so we want to work with 1, 2, 3, or 4 tapping, touch, vowels, claps, claps, sound, light, smell, grab, mouth, sensory, field work, a statement, a question. How do you know that you aren't practically causing the hair loss yourself through getting your gentle spirit upset by putting too much pressure on yourself? When you when you get stressed, your body gives you this signal that you are not within a place of comfort for you. And this place of comfort is primarily the place that we want to reside for good health. However, in all lives and at all times, we are also required to step out of our comfort zone and expand ourselves and evolve. This gets us to feel a bit uncomfortable, but that is okay if we get clear that to feel uncomfortable isn't a bad thing. When we know that being uncomfortable for the good of our expansion and evolution is a requirement, then we don't get so stressed about it, and our bodies don't protest about it. The body is actually protesting to the stress that you create around your lack of acceptance that life gets you to be uncomfortable on purpose at times, and you don't like it. When you can view your periods of discomfort in life or with life as a great gift of expansion of your present state into a larger and bigger and what? And practically more influential energy, then you will not feel so stressed about these times or events or challenges that you go through in your life. You have been brought up on a series of fairy tales that really don't help you with this, because you believe that life should be easy all the time and that generally you shouldn't need to get out of your comfort zone. When your gentle spirit knows that you are on track with this, it will stop protesting by shedding your hair. It is in fact saying you need to let go, hence the shedding. You need to let go of the stress you hold about getting uncomfortable with things that are designed to make you grow. When you can observe what is going on in your life from this perspective and welcome challenges and welcome this uncomfortableness that is challenging you to develop great virtues in your life, such as increased patience and love and forgiveness and self-control and trust and what's that one? And peace. You will find that you look at life very differently and you produce more hair and you lose less hair when you are going through these challenging times. This is because once your gentle spirit knows that you are in the right perspective about this, it will encourage you by giving you more hair and less shedding. It is mainly on the right hand side because it is your practical energy for moving forward in life that gets wound up in stressing out over things that you perceive as not going your way. But in fact, things are going your way, and you will only realize this much later in life when you look back at things and know that certain challenges were put in place to have you create a certain virtue or stamina or great love or patience or peace or so on and so on. You don't have to worry about this hair loss, but it won't change unless you do. It has nothing to do with practical considerations like nutrition, nor does it have general connections to every theory that is out there about hair loss. Yours is a particular way that your Great Spirit is trying to converse with you. And it is very clear, because when you change your attitude about this, it will change this manifestation. Okay, so there we go. That's just about your hair loss. All right. As I say, we're not talking here about alopecia, I don't think, or anything, where you're actually losing all your hair. I'm assuming it does. I'm getting here that it does grow back. Only you know that. So it's like you just lose a lot of hair, but it does grow back, and then you lose a lot of hair again. Is that right? That's what I'm getting anyway. So I hope that's correct. In terms of other people who are suffering from hair loss, your causes may be practically anything from poor nutrition to great stress and worry. Full stop? No. Comma. Producing stress hormones that create a great practical barrier to ease of hair growth. Each instance can be very individual, and if you are suffering from alopecia, you are getting a very strong message that primarily your what is it? Oh, your child, adult, your worry that is not conscious to you is becoming apparent through this disease. Your best bet, if you are suffering from alopecia, which is very different to what this person was asking about, let's be clear about this distinction. If you are suffering from alopecia, where all of your hair falls out and leaves big patches with no hair, it is practically expressing a subconscious worry that isn't available to you consciously. And it would help you greatly to get help to discover what that great worry is that is going on in your subconscious mind, and that you have no what is it? O-P-O-V-O. It's like once, so that sort of sound. No, it says O. No. Orderly. Oh, and that you have no orderly energy about it. This means that the energy around this worry is chaotic inside you and is interfering with your hair growth, and it gets your hormones all out of whack, and they result in your hair loss. This great strain on your subconscious won't resolve until you bring it into consciousness and work with it there. And there are people who can help you with that. Anyone who can access your subconscious and work with you and it may be able to help you with your alopecia. So, for example, a hypnotist or a psychotherapist who works in this way, or a kinesiologist who has the tools to access your subconscious. Not all kinesiologists have this, but some do. When you bring this great worry out into the daylight and work with it, you will find that the strain that is underlying this condition can be resolved, and this is very good for your general health as well. Anything else? So, there we go, people. So maybe, because I know alopecia can be extremely distressing for people, can't it? It's a shocking thing, really. And so maybe that's something worth thinking about. If you are suffering from alopecia, and you've checked your nutrition, you've gone down all those roads, and you've tried all the stuff, and you've had medical advice, and you still have got these big patches where your hair falls out. Maybe, as I say, this is your general operating device coming through to try and help you. So, but of course you either take that advice or you don't, and that's fine. If it's not meant for you, you won't want it, and that's absolutely fine. But maybe there is someone out there who could really do with that knowledge. And if so, if you do know of somebody with alopecia, maybe direct them to this video, because it is a very distressing thing for people, I'm sure. Meanwhile, lady who sent the question in about your hair loss, what I was getting for you is that you don't have alopecia. Instead, it is just, I seem to get a lot of hair coming out, but it grows back and that kind of thing. And it's not particularly distressing for you, but maybe just a bit worrying, because you think, well, should I really be losing this much hair? But anyway, I think you got quite a concise and full answer there. So I hope that will help you, and help you see your life and its challenges as something you don't need to get as stressed out about, but just to sort of welcome them as well. This is me creating more of me. This is me as a God particle, evolving and creating more of life and the universe. So, and I think that is a great way, and it does help to take the stress out of things when we are going through what is a very challenging time. People have terribly challenging times. Very, like you go, whew. Some people who come in and see me, they don't just have one or two things going on. Sometimes I've got like 6, 7, 8 things going on, and not just health. I mean, they may have, a mum or a dad with dementia that they're trying to manage. They've got sick children. They've got a husband who's nearly having a nervous break. You know what I mean? They've got like loads of stuff going on. And, but sometimes, to be able to go, wow, you must be seeking some really fast evolution or something to be so challenged in so many different ways, has sometimes helped people to go, oh, so I'm not being punished then. So I'm not being punished. And I've been able to say to that sort of person, no, you're not being punished. You're just being hugely challenged. And it looks like you want to do some pretty fast evolutionary leaps by developing these virtues really fast by being challenged from all different areas. So I know from that point of view, it has actually helped some people cope with, as I say, when they're, like, geez, I look at them and I go, I would definitely be struggling with that too. Yeah. Anyway, bit of a rant and a rave afterwards. Sorry about that, but I just wanted to share that. Take care. See you probably on Monday, if not before. And please share if you think it can help anyone. I will put the bit.ly link if you want to post me a question. Love having your questions. Always find the questions really interesting. But just do me a wee favour and don't make your preamble too long, please, because you know what, I only have a certain amount of time. Remember, I'm seeing clients here all day, and it means I have to go through it all and edit it to kind of put it up. And I would like you to do that for me, okay? Because I honestly don't have the time for that. So just think about what you're putting in, read it, keep it down to about, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 lines maximum, about what it's about, which makes you also have to focus in on what it is and kind of really think more clearly about it as well. And that even that in itself can be a helpful thing. So, instead of just kind of, and by the way, this lady did not do this. She was thank you. You were very concise and brilliant. Thank you for that. But I'm just saying, if you are putting questions in, it can be really helpful to look at, your blur and then really bring it down to what is the main points here. Because that helps you focus yourself too about what's going on. And it certainly helps me, because that way my time is better spent, doing the work and not editing people's questions. So thank you for helping me in that way. Please share, please like, please help others by putting it up. This is on YouTube. It's also on my website, www.katiekalin.com, where they're all listed on my video index page, and you can find them there under subject. Okay guys, so take care, nice to see you, and bye bye.